All right. Pick one, pack one. You guys want to go for Sarkans? I like Skyrider Patrol a lot, but I don't love blue-green all that much. Angel of Dawn is a very good. It's first pickable too. We could take Sarkans. Sarkans for fun. You know, could do that. It, kind of a build-around card. Getting it first is okay. It's very powerful when it plays, but you can tank a deck trying to build around it. Hello, Hesperwin. Okay, well, right off the bat, we see a bunch of powerhouse cards that would fit this. We just see a bunch of powerhouse cards, period. There's a Lich's Caress, a Druid of the Cowl, Siegebreaker Giant, Colossal Majesty are the cards I'm considering on this page. The strongest cards on this page are Lich's Caress and Druid of the Cowl. The cards that are most synergetic with this deck is Siegebreaker Giant. Take Gutter Snipe. This has no synergy with Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe's great as like a ping them to death kind of card. Kind of looking towards Druid of the Cowl. This is right. I mean, I would love for 6/3. Don't get me wrong. For 5, it's pretty perfect with this. It's in our color, but this is going to be what we want to do, right? We want to play big stupid creatures that we ramp into. This is removal. Removal's great. This is just greedy. We're gonna play two turns on 3 and 4, not playing creatures, developing the board to draw more cards. Siegebreaker's not insane. Siegebreaker's okay. Siegebreaker gets blocked by creatures easily, and I know he's got an ability that makes it so certain creatures can't block, but it's still expensive. You can't do that a lot. I like red-green ramp. I don't mind black-green. There's not a lot of big black creatures though. Like mostly what we're getting with Sarkans and Ceilings are gonna be Epicures and Bog Stompers, and I don't really want a bunch of either of those in my deck. I kind of want the Druid. It's the Druid or the Lich's Caress. We don't have to commit to red. I mean, but we did pick that Sarkans. And the Caress is great. I think I'm going to take Druid. Draconic Disciple in our colors. It ramps us up, creates a 5/5 later. That's a very good card for us. So that's pretty great. All right, more Druids. We got a 3-drop. It's a pretty powerful 3-drop. Got a Skilled Animate. This is the best card in this pack. But we have no artifact synergies and we're a million miles from blue. The Thornhide Wolves actually does trigger Sarkans, so we could take that. This is a pretty powerful 3-drop, but it's an aggressive 3-drop. I mean, our deck still has to win the other games that we draw where we don't draw Sarkans. But I think I'm leaning towards Wolves. I mean, we could just take it as a 3-drop. We do need 3 drops. We'll find other Wolves. Does the token activate Sarkans? Is it cast or is it play? Cast. So it does not activate Sarkans. It's not enter the board, it's cast. I think I'm going to take the Brute. We'll find other dudes. I'm really hoping to get some just like quality dudes. This is ramp. Do we want more ramp? It's ramp and life gain. I don't think that's quite as exciting for me. Fire Elemental's a big dude. It's a dumb big dude. I don't want these cards. That's the best card. And it's not that great. And it's a color we're not playing. So that's not very exciting. We'll get other Fire Elementals for fucking sure. This card's a lot less exciting than the Brute. But we do want, I mean, we have 3 ramp cards right now, or 2 ramp cards right now. That's kind of where we want to be. It's Gift of Paradise or Fire Elemental. This is kind of ramp, but it's shitty ramp. Fixes a little bit. Do we speculate on Gift of Paradise and just assume we'll get like 12 more Fire Elementals? All right. Okay, these cards are decent for us. Thornhide Wolves or the Rock's Oracle are both great for us. I prefer Rock's Oracle, I think, to Thornhide Wolves. This is a value card. We don't need a... If we're playing Sarkans, we don't need a Lava Axe. It's not... Our deck's not going to lack reach if we play Sarkans. Yeah, he's good enough for Sarkans. He lets us draw. I prefer Wolves, I think, to this creature a lot of the time, but I like draw, and if we have Sarkans in play, that card's a lot better, because he doesn't just immediately die. This is not terrible to have a Motivator in a deck like this, but I think I prefer just the 3/3 that does stuff. This 3/3 trades. He's a very good blocker. I don't mind a Titanic Growth. I think I would take it over a Fire Elemental. Let's go back to this view. I'd take a Plummet pretty happily here. I'll probably even main deck one. Oaken Form, Sure Strike, or Bog Stomper. Sure Strike's like basically my favorite trick in this set. This is one of the better enchants though. We're not very close to an enchant based deck. So I'll probably take Sure Strike. Minotaur does not make the cutoff for this deck. If we're desperate, we'll play it, but we really don't want to have a bunch of creatures at 3 health. Wolves, it's great. 3 toughness anyways. Zombie. Is there any world in which we play red-black? There's a world in which we play red-black. Let's pick the zombie. Take the splash land, just in case there's something in white we end up in. This is only pack 1, so. All right, what is this thing? 2 for a 2/2. Sacrifice a creature, exile top card of your library. You may play that this turn. Doesn't seem amazing for us. I guess it helps with flooding a little bit. Clear Dominance is great. There's not a lot in this pack that immediately screams we must have it. A spider's not terrible. I don't want another Titanic Growth. This is kind of not what we want to see stat-wise for this deck. And splash removal. Declare Dominance is very good. It's definitely a game winner on the stalled board if we don't have Sarkans in. Should we take the rare? This is a 2-drop. We don't have any 2-drops yet, or we only have 1 2-drop. It's 2-drop that sometimes does stuff. That seems pretty good to me. The Dominance is very strong on a stalled board. I know that, but we do need 2-drops. This is a pretty valuable 2-drop. Yep, I understand. Declare with Basil. Yes, just chat. I understand what Declare Dominance does. I like the card. But we're building a deck full of slow, big fatties. Do we need a Declare Dominance? That's the whole plan of the deck, is to have big, slow fatties. What will I sacrifice to the Draconic? Once we've ramped up, we can sacrifice our mana creature. Or we can sacrifice itself after we block. Or we can sacrifice anything with Luminous Bonds on it. Or we can sacrifice into when my opponent plays a removal spell. I think I just want the 2-drop. All right. There's good cards in this pack. They aren't in our colors. Luminous Bonds and Departed Deckhand are both very good. This is right where we want to be, though. This is a 3-drop with 4 toughness, 4 power. That's really good for us. Let's grab that. Skyscanner was there too, which I like. We splash in blue for this dude. This dude's really good. It's Dragon. There's also a Spider and a Spark Tongue. Spark Tongue, probably not where we want to be, really. I think we could splash blue for the Horizon Scholar. Let's grab that. Rejuvenator is ramp and a body. It's not a terribly exciting card, but it's probably the best card here. It's also a blue-green splash land. We don't have a lot of big things to ramp into yet, but that's our plan basically, is to take all of them. Yeah, the core 19s you can do with gold. We have 5,000 gold, so we're gonna do one of these drafts while before we go back to Ravnica. We just played 3 Ravnica drafts today, 2, something like that. Yeah, something to sacrifice to our bear too. Yeah, I think I like it a little bit more, and I like the Woodland Stream. All right, Active Treason, 1/1s or Raider. This does have synergy with Sacrifice again. There's a Fire Elemental in here, which we wouldn't mind playing. I'm not super excited about the Fire Elemental. I still like better value. But I could be talked into any of these 4. This is not very interesting. Yeah, but our deck isn't really an Active Treason deck, though. The Goblin Instigator for that is fairly interesting. And the Spider is totally reasonable 4-drop. And the Fire Elemental triggers Sarkans, right? Kind of like the Spider, too. It's the best card there. Well, the Instigators are really good, too. 4/3 for 4. It's right where we want to be. It's double red, which is a little bit awkward, but we don't have 4-drops, and that's one that triggers Sarkans. That seems very strong for us. Second Rejuvenator, not even bad. Take it over second Wolves quite yet. It's a red-green duel, which would help us. So also another Basilisk there. I think I'd play Basilisk over Boggart Brute in this deck, even though I love Brute. It's just we want everything to either stall us till we get to it or trigger it if we can build around. Excuse me. I might play a second Basilisk. Let's take it. Alright. Woodland Stream. Seems good. I don't want another giant spider right now. Second Woodland Stream. Seems great. Means I probably don't have to put any fucking islands in the deck. Take an Oaken form, but we're not planning on playing it. Third Woodland Stream. Getting aggressive. Do we want to play a Naturalize? I'll take it. Take the uncommon. Take Teutonic Rift. Take a blue-black dual land. Okay. Hey! A 5/5 dragon in our colors that does shit. Nice. It's also a murder and a Lich's Caress. Black's going to be very happy with this pack. And yet again, Vampire Sovereign, Murder, Herald of Faith in the same pack. There's some bug with that. They're always together. Taking the Demanding Dragon. Easy pick. This card's amazing with Sarkhan's Unsealing. It's exactly the card we want to see. There's nothing else better in here for us. I'd splash Poison Tip Archer in a lot of games, but not here. Ooh, Dreadmaw's here too, though. This is just like the ideal combo with Sarkhan's. But Dreadmaw is really where we want to be. We have a bunch of ramp. We need somebody to ramp into. I think it's actually Dreadmaw. This card might come around again, but I think it's Dreadmaw. Another 3-drop for another 4/2 for 3 seems okay. I don't think I want a third Basilisk. So red-blue splash land is actually okay. We could cut a Woodland Stream or something. We'll see. But I think I'm on the Ogre plan right now. 4 is great for us. Premium white cards just flying by us. Could play Divination here too. Did I miss a shock over? What did I take over shock? I didn't even see the shock if there was one. So board's decent. Divination's okay. Seems to be something that's pretty good with some ramp. What's our deck at right now? 26. We're already over. So what are we not playing? Bogart Brute's not going to make this cut. Gift of Paradise is not going to make this cut. Thornhide Wolves may or may not be making this cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 creatures that trigger Sarkhan's. Oh, we have 4 lands there, so we're at 18. 20 rather. Okay, so we're still picking playables here. I think we might get something as good as this. Like, this is a great attacking creature. But we're not actually trying to attack that much. Yeah, it's easier to play on our mana base than Havoc Devils. It's better than Havoc Devils as an upgrade, but we're splashing blue. Let's get some draw out of this. Second Havoc Devils. Okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it. Third Havoc Devils. Starting to get a little uninterested in Havoc Devils. Got a Druid of Horns, but it really doesn't fit what we're trying to do with this deck. We only have 1 enchantment in our sideboard. We really don't want to use it. Good rare draft here. Take a shitty 2-drop that I'm not playing. I think I'm rare drafting. I don't think I'm playing a third Havoc Devils even if I get it. So. 4th Woodland Stream. 22 right now. Fire Elemental. Is he slightly more excited than a Havoc Devils? Why is Divination good? because it lets you do something with your mana. We have a bunch of ramp, and then what the fuck do we do with our mana once we get it? Okay, we play a couple big guys in our hand. Maybe we're lucky. We have 2 big guys in our hand. Then what? We have no way to saturate our mana on creatures. None of our creatures have activated effects. Just keep you in gas. I think we're going to take the Fire Elemental. 7-3 did not get drafted. We don't get sideboard, chat, so if we run Enchantment Hate, we have to mainboard it. I mean, there are a fair number of artifacts and enchantments in this format. So our deck is lacking anything resembling removal right now. Okay, we're officially not in black. I'm not playing an Oaken form. Let's get another Fire Elemental in there. Talons. I can't believe Sovereign Wield. It's nuts. We have a bunch of big fatties who don't trample. There's actually something to be said about Talons. I don't think we'll play it, but maybe. Take the Disperse here. I doubt we'll see it play, but maybe. The Bear over the Sure Strike. Basilisk. Naturalize. Alright. Oh, we got vault progress. Let's go look at our vault real quick. Good, more wild cards when we draft our constructed deck. Alright, it's exciting. Okay. Yeah, so this deck is not great. It's 46 with lands right now. We gotta cut some cards here. Clearly, I mean, we're not playing. I don't know about Disperse. We're definitely not playing. The other one, blue one, didn't make it there. We're not playing Greenwood Sentinel, I don't think. 2-2, 2-2. Bunch of 3s. It's a lot of 3s. I don't think we're playing triple Basilisk. Do we need to play Rejuvenators? I'm not sure yet about Rejuvenators. We have better ramp. It's creature-based ramp. These two. It's a little bit more exciting than these. They leave bodies behind and they pull cards out of my deck, I guess, which is okay. Don't know about Naturalize. I don't know about Double Combat Trick. I don't know about Plummet main deck. I don't know about Talons of Wildwood. So we got some options for what to cut here. Double Fire Elemental is extremely questionable. Got our 2 winning conditions here. Yeah, Disperse is okay. The issue is mana base, right? If we're running double reds on 4 and 5, we don't want to be too invested in mana. I would like to just run 3 sources of blue. Like Woodland Streams and not have to run islands, or maybe 1 island. Why did I splash this? Just in case we picked up white cards. Okay. Yeah, guys, but lands last, right? Lands are a reflection of your deck. Yes, the green white tap land is not in the deck, so that's fine. So we need 4 cards out only. Wow. So I think we need to keep Plummet. We don't have removal, so our quasi sources of removal we probably need to play, which is probably Plummet and Naturalize. Same with the tricks, because they're quasi removal. And we need 4 cards out. Creature count should be really high with this deck, 19 right now. I think Disperse is getting a cut. I think I'll play 1 Rejuvenator, but not 2. It's often a dead draw. I think I'll play 1 Fire Elemental, but not 2. Does that get us where we want to be? 41. Okay. Okay. No, Ghost Form's shit. 1, 2, 3. Spider's good in this deck. I mean, it doesn't trigger Sarkans. There's that, I guess. I like Wildwood has something to do with our mana too. And trampling on our guys is not bad either. Got 1 Havoc Devil. 4 playables on 4 seems actually kind of where we want to be. Go Wildwood over Naturalize. Still on the maybe cutting Fire Elemental plan. Ground Fatties are good. We don't need 2 Basilisk. Our Ground Fatties really aren't very good blockers though, right? And I just don't want them attacking. There's a lot of enchants and artifacts that are playable in this format. Off the top of my head, Marauder's Axe, the 3/5 blue artifact creature that gets activated to a 5/5 with blue. Luminous Bonds, Hieromancer's Cage, the 1/1 artifact token, although I don't often like disenchanting him. Feels like, there's a bunch of enchantments that get played. Sarkhan's Unsealing gets played, although it's a rare. Colossal Majesty gets played. There's 2 blue enchantments that get played for milling. There's a shit ton of enchantments in this deck that are pretty targetable. So I'm not super keen on cutting it. And again, we don't have real removal, so killing an artifact creature is sometimes relevant. Cutting a land. It's weird because we're in a deck that wants to play big fatties, but you might actually be right. We have a Draconic Disciple, a Druid of the Cowl, and an Elvish Rejuvenator. It's interesting. Sure Strike relevant with fatties. Sure Strike's doubly good on fatties, not less good on fatties. And it's in part because I don't want to cut pumped spells because we're missing removal. So go down to 8/8 like this. I kind of still like, I'm like, all right, well, I kind of now want to put the other Rejuvenator in. Yeah, we missed Rabid Bites. Rabid Bites would have been very good in this deck. We're going to get run over by stuff that we have to remove early that we don't have an answer to. That's how this deck will lose. And when we don't draw Sarkhan's Unsealing, we'll lose as well. A lot of the time because our creatures are just kind of shit. Okay, let's try it. Alright. I mean, the whole deck is built around our first pick. I think we'll call this Overinvest. Okay. 7 mountain and 6 forests. Let me look at the mana one more time. 8 blue sources, 8 red sources. That seems to be right where I want to be. We want green early. And double red on 4. And triple red there. Can create red mana out of the Disciple too. I think this is good. Alright.